If your makeup always looks cakier or too heavy, this tutorial will change everything. Today I'm showing you how to achieve this natural, everyday makeup look, perfect for beginners and super easy to follow. I will guide you step by step. This is full before and after transformation that looks fresh, polished, but never overdone. Turn on your language in the settings and let's begin. You're probably having issues with your foundation because your brush looks like that. It's overloaded. Make sure to wash it after every use. Don't put the foundation directly onto the brush. It's too much product and won't spread evenly. Even a lightweight foundation can look patchy if you apply it that way. So, the next biggest mistake beginners make is skipping skincare. If your base isn't hydrated, even the best foundation will cling to dry patches. I'm starting with the Clinique moisturizer. This is one of my favorites as a pro because it works under the makeup without even peeling. It's the best friend for every foundation I've tried. So look at my dry hand and the other, glowing and moisturizing. It's just the cream, nothing else. I prep my skin so makeup looks fresh all day. Just massage it in and let it sit for maybe 1 to 2 minutes so your skin feels plump but not sticky. And think of this as priming your canvas. Fresh skin makes everything look better, and that's why I don't feel foundation on my skin. Next question, how to choose the right concealer shade? So, light pinkish, great for brightening. Peachy, perfect for correcting purple tones. Personally, I don't have strong purple veins, so I need yellowish hue. And I like to use 2 yellow-based shades, one medium and one light. Important, don't apply too much product. Cosas concealers is very pigmented, so you will only waste product and it won't blend well. Here's how I apply. Medium shade I apply to the outer corners, darker tier, the area, and a little bit on the temples where I have more veins. And light shade I apply to the inner corners because this area is naturally lighter than the rest of my face. If I use only one yellow shade everywhere, I can end up with the unwanted yellow or orange circles around my eyes. So again, the trick is placement. Less is more, and I applied just a dot in the inner corner of my under eye and a teeny dot on the outer edge. Then blend with my finger, or you can use a small brush. It's time for lightweight base, so I'm using the one from Shiseido, and see that glow on the jar? It means the finish will be the same, glowing. As you may see, I'm a huge fan of the lightweight water-based foundation, so because it keeps the finish fresh and beginners often go too heavy here. My pro tip, always start light and you can build coverage on the way you need it. And the huge mistake beginners make, matching foundation to the neck only. So always look at your whole body, hands, legs and all the exposed area. So the face always looks lighter because of SPF, because of frequent washing and maybe scrubbing, enzyme powders and so on. For example, look at my hand and it's much more tan than my face. I apply it with the silicone sponge. Then I switch to the bristle sides of the brush and just blend. Use circle motions, this way you won't end up with a cracking finish. This formula is a liquid moisturizing foundation, so you have plenty of time to blend. It won't dry down immediately, which makes it perfect for a quick, even application. And look at that beautiful healthy glow. Actually, I love that foundation because of the SPF as well. And here's the fun part. In winter, I use a much lighter shade. Compare it to today's shade, and it's such a big difference. Both are beautiful, just different vibes. Light shade, cool fair blonde, and summer shade, warm tan blonde. For this demo, I'm applying the light shade only on the hollow triangle to show you how seamlessly it blends even with fingertips. Not everyone loves glow in the T-zone, me neither. We will fix it later. Bronzer and contour for subtle definition. A lot of beginners worry about contour looking too harsh. My advice, choose creamy products. They are much easier to blend. That one especially great and easy to use for mature skin. The texture is buttery and look how it melts into my dry skin. Just wow. The orange tones are great for bronzer. The grayish tone is great for contour. Actually, they all look different on the tan olive skin undertone and fair light cool skin. I'll show you. Look, today I'm using an orange shade as a contour, and my skin tone changes with the tan, so I can't use the same gray contour I use in winter. Now it would just look like a dust mark on my cheek. That's why you need both bronzer and contour shades, and they will change depending on the skin tone and the season. Common mistake, applying the stick directly to the face. It's too much product, wrong placement, and the pressure can even leave foundation and create bare spots. Better way, apply the product first to the back of your hand. Warm it up, this makes blending faster and easier. Pick it up with your brush. See how uneven it looks at first? Keep spreading it evenly on the brush. And now it's perfect. Find the line where your teeth meet, and your contour should never cross that line if you want to keep your face lifted. Use light tapping motions to place it, and then turn your brush and blend along the line. Beginner hack, you can control the placement with your fingertip, but later when you get used to your brush, its size, the space it covers, and how it blends, you won't need your finger anymore. It becomes a real time saver. So next, for my face shape, I naturally have shadow in the temples, so after evening out the foundation, I add a bit of a contour there too. So if you don't have that structure, just skip this step. Now compare the second method to the first, direct stick application. With the wrong method, the cheekbones ends up looking lower than it actually is, and with the right method, everything looks lifted and seamless. Add a natural flush with blush. Blush is your best friend for healthy, fresh look, and I will show you even if you pick up the wrong blush color for you, it will be good, doesn't matter which skin undertone you have. The most beginners' common mistake is applying too much or in the wrong spot, but the shade, believe me, we can tie the whole makeup together. So today I'm using the Pixie blush in a very cool pink shade, almost a Barbie pink on my tan skin. Remember the rule, warm loves warm, cool loves cool, and the tan comes from the sun is a warm, so this blush is cool tone, so it's the opposite temperature for my face right now. Logical, right? So technique is the most important thing. So of course, don't apply straight from the tube. We already learned that in the previous step. So warm it up in the back of your hand first. To show you why this shade doesn't match my currently contrast, I will apply it to the lips. See? It looks too light, almost washing me out, but in the winter, when my skin is lighter and cooler, this will be my absolute favorite shade, so don't forget to subscribe for the winter edition makeup. Now for application, I like to tap it into the apples of my cheeks and blend toward the temples. Cream blush melts into the skin, so it looks like a natural flash instead of makeup sitting on top. But blush isn't only for cheeks. Add a touch on the forehead. Before we move into powder, let's highlight the most important features on the face. So highlighter can be tricky, yes, I know. Too much and you look shiny, not fresh. And the second problem is if you are worried about picking the wrong shade of highlighter, just don't be. Today I'm using a silver liquid highlighter. They are the temperature that I need. So it's gorgeous and the perfect match for your cool toned blush. They need to be based actually. Turn your head toward the window, see that light natural reflects. So that's exactly where you should apply highlighter. Dot lightly on the high points of the cheekbones and blend it well. A touch on the tip of the nose, a little between the brows and down the bridge, and blend with fingertips for a seamless glow. No glitter, just soft radiance. Bonus, tap a little on the inner corners of the eyes to brighten and open up them. If your makeup disappears halfway through the day, powder is your solution. Let's fix the glow and makeup. Forehead and eye bags so shine. Because of the wet foundation, I guess, and we have to fix it and it will be flat. So don't use a huge brush. No, just big brush for big areas. For example, good for forehead. And small brush for small elements. The Clinique Losing Blend Face Powder is great because it's very fine and doesn't look heavy. I set only where I need it, especially under the eye area and the T-zone. Avoid overpowdering, the number one reason makeup looks cakey. I don't like full matte makeup. Subtle glow is the key for youthful skin. Clean the lids, and I use the micellar water and cotton pad. Remember, the oil is destroying everything, so the most long-lasting makeup products will crease. And just small step and such a huge difference. The same thing with eyebrows. Clean it before applying eyebrow pencil. You won't believe me, but try this and then write me after. When I do makeup on my beautiful clients, I always use this trick. The same shade I choose for the brows, I apply as a lip contour. Brown, taupe, doesn't matter. It depends on the hair color. And it always works. Always. Now you see what I mean by creating that truly natural lip shape. I'm using a classic wooden pencil. It's easy to apply when blended with your fingertip or brush. Look how beautiful and seamless it looks, and because sometimes we really can trick nature. Now for lips. What's the easiest everyday lip product? I think I'm showing two options today. The NYX Butter Gloss for classic smooth shine and the NYX Fat Oil Lip Drip Gloss for juicy, balmy finish. Both are beginner friendly and you don't need perfect application, and they instantly make your lips look healthy, fuller, juicy. And I'm showing two the most beautiful shades. They suit everyone. And look at the difference in the skin tones on the tan olive undertone and on the fair cool skin tone. I'm going to apply the Fat Oil Lip Gloss to the low lip and the Butter Gloss to the upper lid, just to compare them, and I don't know how to choose one of them actually. Just tell me in the comments what do you think about them. Let's come back to the brows. Brows can make or break a look. So the mistake I see beginners make is filling them in too dark or with the right shade but press very hard, or trying to draw the eyebrows in 3 motions and with a very harsh line again in the beginning of the eyebrows. Just look at the natural fluffy eyebrow and to the other one. Compare them. I'm using the same Laura Mercier eyebrow pencil in Ice Blonde shade as I used for lips. Easy natural eyeshadow tutorial. Eyeshadow can be intimidating, so let's keep it simple, especially you asked me to help you with the eye tint. It's very simple product to use, especially for beginners. I'm using the Armani Eye Tint in shade 27. So this is a liquid shadow you can swipe on bare skin, not above the concealer or eye base. Blend with your finger and you're done. I also can apply this shade as a highlighter or blushes, 2-in-1 for saving time at morning, by the way. The most important step, to clean the lids before applying. I noticed that when I applied it above concealer or eye base, it could crease a bit. Of course, it's not a big deal to tap it a few times to even out the surface. Just one day I decided to try apply it in the bare skin without skin oil, and it was so good. I blend the edges with a warm fingertip easily. It gives just enough definition without needing brushes or multiple shades. Honestly, if you are new to eyeshadows, this is the easiest formula to start with. Simple eyeliner for everyday wear. Eyeliner is where most beginners struggle. My advice, keep the harsh black wing or tight lining and just go softer. Here I'm using the Maybelline Tattoo Liner in deep brown shade. Take the sharp brush, do small strokes closer to the lash roots. Don't think about even line. Instead of a sharp line, I smudge it along the lash line and flick it out slightly. So this gives you definition without looking heavy or difficult to achieve. We simply add in the depth there, and that's it. Mascara tip for longer, natural lashes. For lashes, the trick is the end application. I'm using Armani Beauty Mascara. Wiggle the wand right at the roots, then pull up. I always remind beginners, don't overload the tips. Focus on the base, and that's what makes your lashes look fuller and lifted. 1 or 2 coats is plenty for a natural look. Just such a beautiful difference. Look at that. I love that mascara. And also it's easily to wash off. I usually just use warm water. That's it. And this is our favorite part, before and after. Natural makeup transformation. And here it is, your fresh, natural, everyday look. Perfect for school, university, work, or just feeling confident. Quick recap of all steps. Hydrate skin, concealer, light foundation, natural blush, contouring, highlighter, soft brows, glossy lips and lip liner, touch of shadows, and mascara. maybe a little bit of eye pencil. It's up to you. If you like this look, give a thumbs up and share it with a friend who is just getting into makeup. And let me know in the comments if you want a 5-minute version next. Thank you for watching, have a good weekend, ciao!